Welcome to Inventory Planner. In this video, we're illustrating the entire process of connecting your Amazon store. We'll also build an FBA inventory workflow. We'll create a purchase order, receive stock, and create a transfer order. Let's get started. After syncing Inventory Planner with Amazon, you'll see a warehouse location reflected for each country within the connected Amazon region, as well as an FBM warehouse. From the Connections and Warehouses tab, you can easily disable any warehouse not needed for forecasting, then select Save. If you're only selling on Amazon and you have a cross-dock location, consider adding a new IP warehouse to reinforce your workflow. An IP warehouse is designed to reflect your non-integrated warehouse inventory levels. This screen includes the option to add location details for shipments from your vendors. Confirm the rest of your settings and select Save. After creating an IP warehouse, you may also want to add a combined warehouse. You can set up this virtual warehouse to reflect all your stock and all your demand in a single report, giving you crystal clear insights on what stock needs replenishment across all your included locations. Add each of the contributing warehouses, then select a combine method for each included location. In this example, we've selected combined sales, stock, and purchase orders because these are physically separate locations. If you're only fulfilling sales orders from one location, when you're creating a combined warehouse, you may want to ignore stock in one of the locations so that you don't run the risk of counting data twice. Next, scroll down the page and select a default destination warehouse from the list. In this example, when creating a purchase order using this combined warehouse, we want our vendors to ship the items to our cross-dock IP warehouse. So that's our default destination warehouse. Then select Save. Next, from the Forecast tab, select a default forecasting method. We support 1 seasonal and 2 non-seasonal forecasting methods. If you select a non-seasonal forecasting method, there is a setting that adds an additional forecasting layer for November and December to reflect additional shoppers at that time of the year. And a little further down this page, you have the option to assign some account level defaults to a few variables. You'll also manage the recipients and frequency of your emailed alerts from this tab. Select Save to continue. When looking at the replenishment report, it's critical that your lead time and days of stock assignments are accurate. Lead time is the amount of days it takes to receive stock after placing an order with your vendor. Days of stock is the desired amount of stock coverage you want on hand when the inventory is received at your warehouse. Both values can be assigned one by one at the variant level. Or you can update them in bulk using the Bulk Actions option at the bottom of the page. Bulk Actions are enabled after selecting one or more of the variant checkboxes. Select Apply to confirm your selections. This will then immediately recalculate your forecast. On the replenishment screen, you'll see the replenishment recommendations have been updated. This value represents how much you should purchase. After establishing your planning period, select the items you want to order, then select the New Purchase Order button at the bottom of the page. The replenishment quantity will be automatically inherited to the purchase order within the ordered column, but you can still manually adjust these amounts if needed. Minimum order quantity, MOQ, and units of measure, UOM, can be added to the product catalog directly by altering the variant rows on the purchase order. Notice how the ordered quantity has been updated to reflect the MOQ and UOM assignments on the first and last row. Then, by checking the box at the bottom of the page and selecting the Create button, these attributes will be saved for this vendor and automatically referenced when creating your next purchase order. Once the PO has been created, you can email the PO to your vendor directly from within Inventory Planner. And when the items from this PO arrive, you'll use the To Receive column to input the received quantities, then select Save. This will immediately add the received stock amounts to your destination warehouse. In this case, it's the new cross-dock IP warehouse. Then, within the replenishment report, select the FBA US warehouse to identify how much stock you'd like to transfer from the cross-dock location. Now let's create a transfer order for these 3 variants. Select the arrow from the New Purchase Order button, then select the New Transfer option. We'll select the cross-dock location as the source warehouse. If you receive any alerts, seen here by hovering over the icon, you can manually remove the affected rows from the order, using the trash can. Alerts typically represent a recommended quantity variance at the destination warehouse, or an insufficient stock level at the source warehouse. Select the Create button to continue. After selecting Create, you'll be prompted to save this to Amazon. This will create a shipment plan directly within your Seller Central. Once shipments are received at an Amazon warehouse, they will show within Inventory Planner following the next nightly sync with an updated status of closed, partially received, or working. This is the stock order page, which highlights both orders from this demonstration, including a partially received PO and an open transfer order. That's all for now. We'll see you next time.